Today we are going to talk about Golang. This quite young language has gained vast popularity because of its great features. We are Golang experts at NIX Tech, and we would like to share our inspiration from working with Go. So, today we will discuss such topics as how the language appeared, why it has become so popular, for which types of tasks it fits best. Also, we will speak about the profile of Go developer, which personal traits are important for this work and how you can build your career with us. First, let us introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Vadim Bondarenko. I'm a developer with 5 years of professional experience. My portfolio includes high-profile projects, such as an AI-based decision support system for a network of private clinics, a blockchain project, and many more. I've held positions from developer to technical lead and architect. Started my career as a PHP and JavaScript developer. I switched to Golang 3 years ago. Now, I'm a technical expert as well as mentor and lecturer for our courses.
My name is Maxim Kanonets, or you can call me Max. Feel free to keep it short and informal. I'm a software engineer with 5 years of experience in Golang, PHP and JavaScript. For the last 2 years, I've been leading teams and working as a group lead. Beyond that, I'm also a lecturer and technical mentor, excited to share the knowledge. Today, Vadim and I are looking forward to sharing insights about Golang with you. Let's get started. So, Vadim, can you tell us your story? How have you become a Go developer? And why Go?
Before I start telling my story, I would like to talk a little about the history of Golang. Go is a relatively young language. It was designed at Google in 2007 to improve programming productivity in an era of multi-core, networked machines, and large code bases. The designers wanted to address criticism of other languages but keep their useful characteristics. Go was publicly announced in November 2009, and the Gopher mascot was introduced in the same year for the open source launch of the language. The first version was released in 2012, and in 2022, the version 1.18 was released. The release 1.18 is remarkable because it was a massive release which incorporated big performance improvements and many new features, including generic support. The current version of language is 1.22 as of February 2024, and the Go repository on the GitHub has 118,000 stars. In 2020, I already had experience in creating public e-commerce portals on PHP, and I wanted to dive deeper into parallel processing, high-load applications, streaming, and server-to-server interactions. PHP, with its sophisticated web frameworks and CMS platforms, is an excellent tool for e-commerce. But when you want to shift to cloud computing and multi-processing, there are much better solutions. My choice fell on Golang because it has many features supporting all of the above. And one more, very important one, the simplicity and minimalistic approach. Everything in Go programs is implemented in a really straightforward way. The syntax is simple, and if you need to do something in your program, for example, to parse the string, there are not many alternative ways to do it. Because of this, it's very easy to write and read Go code. And also, it's worth noting the Golang rich standard library, which has numerous utils for many purposes. So, it only took 2 months for me to start working as a Golang developer. But there is another feature which makes Go so famous. And Max, I know you can tell a lot about it.
Yes, and this feature is concurrency. Go offers some great concurrency primitives and makes it easy to implement a concurrent system. Go supports this at the language level, and concurrency is a first-class citizen. The fundamental feature for this in Go is a goroutine. They are cheap, lightweight rates of execution. Spawning a goroutine is really simple, just like adding the Go keyword before a function invocation. The Go runtime allows us to run thousands of concurrent goroutines on a machine. With goroutines, you can easily implement real-time applications. where events occurring in the system have to be delivered to many customers simultaneously. Let's imagine, for example, a chat engine. Every message in a channel with thousands of participants must be delivered to all of them in a matter of a millisecond. By having a separate Go routine responsible for the communication with only one user, you can solve this task in a very elegant way.
I'd also like to mention an outstanding performance of Go programs. In many speed tests, Go shows results similar to such well-known favorites as Java and C++. In addition to already mentioned concurrency mechanisms, this also provides high performance. Go is a compiled language. A compiler reads the source code and generates a binary or executable file that is used to run the program. Go is a statically typed language, which means that variable types are known at the compile time. It's important to note that Go, unlike Java, doesn't require a virtual machine to run a binary. Instead, Go compiles the source code directly to machine-native code, so that the target operational system can execute it directly. Among other advantages of Golang are the speed of compilation. In many cases, you don't even notice that your program has already been compiled. Garbage collection, a form of automatic memory management. Garbage collector relieves the programmer from doing this manually, where you need to specify what objects to deallocate and return to the memory system and when to do this. Interfaces, the great developer tool. They can make code shorter, more readable, and provide a nice API between packages, allowing you to create flexible and decoupled code. And although microservices is a separate topic, I cannot forget to mention them in relation to Go. Microservices are easy to develop and understand, launched much faster than monolithic project, deployed independently, scalable, operating even if other parts of the system fail. Golang, with its philosophy of simple programming language, with lightweight programs and excellent performance, is extremely suitable for projects that use microservices architecture.
We have come to the list of areas where Golang suits the best. They are already mentioned microservices, DevOps automation scripts, some very popular DevOps tools are written in Go, system applications, thanks to Go's stable runtime, powerful standard library and easy cross-compilation to a single binary. You can use Go to build high-load and real-time application without being concerned about stability or performance issues. Music and video streaming systems, serverless web services as AWS Lambda or Google Cloud Functions for Firebase, different APIs and many more. Nearly 3,000 global companies from different business domains use Golang in their systems. The list includes such giants as Twitch, Uber, Shopify, Google, and Slack. If you have heard about these programming tools, it will be interesting to use that such great DevOps and monitoring tools as Docker, Kubernetes, Prometheus, Grafana are also written in Go.
Working with any language, it is very important to be able to find reference materials and get help from the community. A massive and diverse Golang community includes software developers, open source contributors, organizations that rely on Go for their projects, and enthusiasts who advocate for and support the language's growth. Go is open source. The language development takes place openly on GitHub, where the source code, issue tracker, and discussions regarding new features and bug fixes are available. Go follows a regular release cycle, typically releasing a new version every 6 months. This cycle allows for predictable introduction of new features, optimizations, and bug fixes, balancing innovation with stability. Go's official documentation is a comprehensive resource for understanding the language, its standard library, and tools. There is a vast amount of learning resources and information on using Go, including courses, tutorials, and books. International conferences like GopherCon, as well as regional and local conferences, provide platforms for learning from leading experts in Go community. networking, and discussing the future of the language. Go Forum, Stack Overflow, and Discord server for Golang developers are popular platforms for asking questions, sharing knowledge, and discussing the Go language and its ecosystem. We have some diagrams to illustrate the level of popularity of Go among other programming languages, and the size of the Go community. Here is an extract from the GitHub Octoverse report on state of open source for 2023, where Go is in the top 10 most frequently used languages. The number of contributors also increases, which ensures the stable dynamics of development of the language and supporting libraries. The popularity of Golang continues to grow every year, and according to many different surveys, it ranks among the top languages by many measures.
Here at NIX Tech, we develop projects in Golang for many business areas, including digital banking and other fintech products, e-commerce platforms and integrations, decision support systems and tools for healthcare, real estate management services, telecommunications, and also different developer tools. The diversity of our projects allows us to say that Go deserved an important place in the modern ecosystem of software engineering. Vadim, how could you describe the portrait of Go developer? Does it have any distinctive features?
I'm pretty sure it does. As a backend developer, Golang engineer often works in projects where the backend is the most critical element of the whole system. This requires thorough design of a project architecture, system optimization, and application solutions to maintain system reliability and performance. So, Golang developer must know not only Go frameworks, different types of databases and communication protocols, but also the solution of asynchronous processing and scaling, message brokers, cloud services, tools for containerization and orchestration, monitoring and observability. But I would say that there are even more important skills. In modern projects, it's very important for the backend developer to have a vision of the entire system, focusing not only on the individual tasks, but on the wider scope of issues. In this sense, the backend developer is a system engineer who must know and apply state-of-the-art solutions, architectural patterns, and best practices. It's also vital for the Golang engineer to have the following soft skills: ability to work in a team and communicate effectively with team members, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking, self-learning, accountability, patience, and very often creativity and innovative approach. Sounds like a lot, but this work opens up amazing career opportunities. I'd like to show here a diagram of possible career paths in our department. We are planning to grow significantly, and if you start now as a junior Golang developer, then, additionally to usual career opportunities of media and senior developer, you will also be able to try roles of a mentor or lecturer, and will have chances of taking leadership roles as a team lead, technical lead, and who knows, maybe even head of the department. And of course, you will take part in many exciting projects and will be able to communicate with the developers and customers from all over the world. It all depends on your effort and ambition. Your career is in your hands.
Indeed, it's a long journey to become a qualified engineer. But we know how to do this in the most straightforward way. Our experts have created a unique intense learning program. Those who successfully complete it will have the skills of junior Go developer and will be able to join our team. What is interesting is that during the course, participants will learn not only Go, but also many other important technologies and one of the JavaScript frameworks. That's why the course is called Go plus JavaScript Full Stack. The list of topics includes Introduction to Linux, Basic Git, Nginx Essentials, Relational Databases, Authorization Mechanisms, Working with Concurrency, Docker, Introduction to JavaScript, Basics of Vue.js, HTML and CSS. Our lessons are held in a cooperative and friendly atmosphere. The practical part of the course is also impressive. During the course, listeners will create their own food delivery platform from scratch. Many of our colleagues have completed this program and now are building their careers with NIX. The program is free, but to participate you will need to show some initial knowledge during the interview.
Now we would like to ask our colleague Gabor Konc to join and tell us more about his journey at NIX. He successfully completed the Golang course and was one of the most diligent students in his group. And afterwards, Gabor joined our team and now continues to build his career with NIX.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabor Konc and I am a Golang developer at NIX. But I have a former experience with Java for 5 years. I worked with big bank applications and I was a front-end sculptor too. I have a lot of interest for other things like painting miniatures and literature too.
So, Gabor, how did you learn about NIX?
It was an ordinary day when I was just scrolling through Facebook and an offer from NIX popped out in front of me, which immediately caught my attention.
Oh, and do you recall what kind of advertisement it was?
It was an advertisement for the Golang course at NIX. It read, "In the course you can get all the necessary theoretical knowledge and also will be able to get hands-on experience."
Yeah. And why did you choose Go?
This language was created especially for the purpose of making it as easy as possible to learn and maintain and to support multi-threading by default. And I would like to write applications that use it a lot, such as message sending applications.
And would you say that the course was difficult?
Learning something new is never easy, but I like to challenge myself. However, it was difficult in a good way. I would say there was a good balance between theory and practice. The task difficulty increased as the course progressed, which kept me engaged in the process. Especially in the end when we had to put together our fully functional applications that meets the real market needs.
I would say that my favorite topics in the course are HTTP package and testing. And what topics did you find more interesting, Gabor?
The topic of multi-threading was especially interesting for me. This is the selling point of Golang. At the end of the course, I had to create an application that uses reactive frameworks, which are popular on the market today. So the front-end parts that were a bit further away from me were also interesting, such as Vue.js.
Speaking of multi-threading and concurrency, could you please explain to the audience what those are?
It makes it really easy to run processes in parallel, thus enabling better use of the available hardware capacity. In my application, with the help of multithreading, I was able to break down a process into smaller parts, for example, by dividing an image into pieces, different processes, identify what's on it. This way, the text for what people and objects are likely to appear in the image appeared faster than if I had delegated the entire image into just one thread.
Okay, and now is a tricky one. How did you like your lecturer and mentors?
It was very exciting to get to know them because they were friendly and supportive, and a lot of knowledge came easily from them. What was the most difficult for me to learn, that I think was JVT, because I lacked the most information in this area, which was authentication with tokens. I already knew it in theory, but in practice many more questions arose. But fortunately my mentor had already covered all the problems and outlined the very complicated process step by step in front of my eyes. And on top of that, it was typical that even after the classes, we could stay and talk, joke, and play football with them.
Gabor, do you remember how your job interview went? Were you stressed?
I think everyone is in a heightened state when they are waiting for something big, but when I came to the interview, I was met with a smile and a good atmosphere, and I didn't even realize how the conversation had come to an end. After the interview, I was in a good mood, and it has left a good impression overall.
If I recall correctly, the next step after the interview is onboarding. How was your onboarding?
We filled out all the necessary documents pretty quick. The HR guy told me some important things about the company, traditions, work schedule, and stuff, and showed me the office. It was a very fast process. The HR team kindly introduced me to the colleagues, and I got a comprehensive and sufficiently detailed picture of the company. My best onboarding experience so far.
And how do you feel about your adjustment period? Adjustment period in the company, of course. Were you comfortable with that?
I was surprised at how often there are large-scale team building events, and they provide a great opportunity to get to know anyone better. I have had a chance to attend a big corporate party while I was still a student. Being in the middle of such a big event, feeling this team spirit, I think it helped me a lot. But overall, I was always in a very supportive environment where we clarified my long-term goals and the steps to achieve them. If I had any technical questions, I could always ask my mentor and team members.
Since you've already mentioned the team, how would you describe yours?
Everyone on the team is nice and welcoming. I have felt comfortable right from the get-go. My colleagues are very experienced, but I would like to point out that they have a can-do mentality, and sooner or later they are able to solve almost anything because they know they can count on each other. And I remember our first team building. It was a lot of fun, and it helped me to get to know the team better.
All right, yeah. I remember that as well. We had a lot of fun in a nice and cozy atmosphere. Back to the main topic, what projects are you currently working on?
I'm currently working and studying at the same time by developing a chat application that runs in a cloud service provider, scales automatically, and automatically makes backup of its database, which is stored cost-effectively.
Would you say you are ready to take on new projects?
Yes. With all the knowledge and experience I got from the lecturers and mentors during the training and from working with the guys on the team, I feel I'm ready to take a new project, facing new challenges and grow as the Golang development.
Thank you, Gabor, for being a part of our team.
We are really glad that you were able to join us and share your experience with the audience. See you later. You will also have a great opportunity to try solving tasks in Golang at our workshop at the end of March. We have prepared something special for you.
Thanks for joining. Here, you can scan the QR code with the link to our educational program. As for the workshop, you will receive an email invitation when registration opens. And now, time for the Q&A session. Please give us a few minutes to prepare. Meanwhile, feel free to post your questions in the chat. So, let's start with the questions. How do I start? What can I do to understand if Go is right for me? The best way to start with Golang is a tour of Go. It's a tutorial on the official Golang website which will introduce you to the language syntax and basic constructions without the need for you to install anything locally. It also has some practical tasks to review the gained knowledge. If it won't be enough for you, then you can always check the rich and comprehensive official documentation.
Okay, next question is what do I have to do to take a part in the workshop? First, wait until the registration form is available, and you can find it on our website. Additionally, all of the participants of this webinar will receive an email notifying them that the registration is available, and then just apply. On day X, you have to prepare your PC and install your favorite IDE. We recommend Golang by JetBrains, and install one of the latest Go language releases. And that's it. We will wait for you.
Okay, can I come to the workshop without knowing the Golang programming language? What if I know another language? You have to know at least one of the modern programming languages, basics, JavaScript, PHP, or any other C-like language. Of course, you can always get familiar with the basics of Go by passing a tour of Go. As we mentioned before, it's a tutorial that you can find on the official Golang website. You will need at most 2 weeks to complete it. If you start right now, you will know Golang on the acceptable level, and you will be comfortable at the workshop.
Okay. Okay, we have 2 similar questions regarding our course program. So first one is how long will the course program last, and second one, how much time we should dedicate for this course every day. Okay, the duration of our course is 3.5 months. Passing the course program, you will gain knowledge about front-end, back-end development best practices. Yes, and returning regarding answering the question regarding how much time every day, you will have 3 practical or lecture visit at the office 3 times a week. Every visit, every lecture or practice lecture will be 4 hours long. And what else?
How much do you expect us to know Golang to be accepted in the course? I would say that you need just to know some basics. As I mentioned before, we just need, it shouldn't be exactly the knowledge of Golang. You can it is enough to be familiar with any C-like language, JavaScript, PHP. For Golang, you can just pass the tour of Go tutorial, and I guarantee that it will be enough to participate in the webinar, in the workshop.
Okay. How will the interview for the course go? First step is First step is a cozy atmosphere to talk about yourself and your achievements. Then we go to the technical part, which is separated into several branches. Common engineering questions, front-end knowledges, Golang, working with databases, practical part at the end in the form of live coding, but it's not necessary, but can be. Thanks for this is a good question.
Do we have any additional questions?
Okay, we have extra one. Can I try to apply for a job vacancy right now? Yes, you have such opportunity. Just jump on our website and check out who we are hiring and apply for the vacancy. We are waiting for you. Okay.
Okay, we have one more. I'm from Africa, so I can't come to the office, so can I take it online? Unfortunately, no. So this course assumes that all of the participants attend the office offline. It's kind of obligatory, and we need it in order to improve the communication between the participants, between the lecturer and the students, and also to get to know the students better.
Yeah, and this works for workshop as well.
Yep.
Because we will have a collaborative teamwork during the workshop. Is the workshop the same as a free course? No, because workshop is a short, intensive 3 years, sorry, not 3 years, 3 hours long session where we will be coding and investigating and solving problems together. It will be something like hackathon. The free course is our long-lasting program. It lasts 3.5 months, and you have to visit our office and learn how to do program together 3 times a week.
We have another one. Is the schedule of the course fixed, or can it be adjusted to the tempo of individual mentees? Unfortunately, as the schedule is fixed, and as Maxim mentioned before, we're going to have 3 courses per week. Sorry, 3 lessons per week in specified dates.
Any question, guys? let's maybe wait until the last question and
Okay, another one. How quickly can I become a middle developer, and what is the approximate level of income in this case? It all depends on your skills and your desire to grow. And we cannot there is no ideal way to do it and the same way to do it. So it depends on you. It can be 1 year, it can be couple of years. So yes.
so if we have no question, I guess we can finish our webinar session. Thank you. I want to thank for all of you you have come and watch us. See you soon on the next webinar sessions and on our workshop session. Bye bye.
Bye.